You're listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak Cycling Pilgrimage, presented by Sriram and Sunil KHANDBAHALE.
Through my eyes, the divine view of a father-son pilgrimage as seen by Lord Ganesha. They came to see me, but little did they know I had been watching them all along. From the very first morning, when the father adjusted the saddle and the son tightened his helmet strap, I felt it, that quiet, familiar spark of devotion, not from ritual, but from purpose. A purpose born of love, courage, and the simple wish to journey together. The first pedal, the call of faith. When they began from Nashik, the son kissed their faces with blessing. The father's breath was steady, like the rhythm of wisdom itself. The son's heartbeat, a song of youth, dancing with excitement. Every pedal they pushed whispered my name, not through lips, but through motion. Ganpati Bappa Moria. Each rotation, a prayer. Each mile, a mantra. You see, I do not live only in temples. I dwell in beginnings, in courage, in effort, in the quiet determination to move forward. Whenever a heart begins a journey in faith, that moment becomes a temple. The road is teacher. As they cycled through rain and heat, forests and highways, I watched them. The father slowed down so his son could lead. Sometimes he led, sometimes he followed. Humans call this parenting, but I call it the balance of creation, the same rhythm that beats in my own drum. They met strangers who offered tea, water, or shelter. Those were my forms too. I was the mechanic who lent his own bicycle, the villager who refused payment for tea, the truck driver who stopped, offering a lift on a weary night. My devotees rarely recognize me when I'm not carved in stone, but they always feel me, in every act of kindness. When wheels become prayer. Every temple they reached was sacred, not because I stood there in marble or gold, but because they arrived with open hearts and dusty feet. When they bowed before me, I bowed back in silence. Do you know what true worship is? It's not incense, not flowers. It's compassion. It's laughter after exhaustion. It's patience in chaos and courage in fatigue. The father's calm guidance, the son's unbroken spirit. Those were offerings far greater than any ritual. The trials and the tires. When the father's tire went flat twice, he didn't curse, he didn't quit. He simply sat by the roadside, smiled, and fixed what was broken. Ah, that moment. I blessed him more deeply than 1,000 chants could ever do. Because devotion is not in calling my name, it's in the calm acceptance of delay. And when the son held on to that slow-moving truck on the steep Kasara Ghat, I watched with gentle amusement. The spirit of youth, half mischief, half miracle. Later, when the father explained teamwork at the temple, I saw wisdom pass like a torch, one flame lighting another. Faith beyond temples. I was not only in Moregaon, Siddhartek or Ranjangaon. I was there, in the quiet of a train compartment, in the aroma of simple dabba food, in raindrops dancing on helmets. I was in their silence, that deep, wordless understanding between father and son. Even in the chaos of Pune's traffic, in strangers waving, smiling, guiding them, I saw my reflection, my divinity mirrored in their humanity. The return home. The real temple. On the final morning at Pali, I whispered to the moon, "Guide them home." The forest still slept, but their hearts were awake. At Nagatan station, when the tea seller refused payment, I was the warmth in that steaming cup. When the train rolled past hills and rivers, I danced upon the tracks, keeping time with their laughter. And when they finally entered Nashik, weary, sunlit, transformed, I saw their family waiting. The mother's eyes shone with love. The sister's smile sparkled with pride. That moment right there was my true temple. Their doorway became my sanctum, their reunion, my arti. What I learned from them. I learned that pilgrimage is not a route, it's a relationship. It's not about reaching me, it's about rediscovering me in each other. The father learned to trust, to let go, to follow as well as lead. The son learned that strength without gentleness is incomplete, and both discovered, when two hearts move in rhythm, no distance is too far. A blessing for all riders. To all who hear their story, you don't need to pedal 1,000 kilometers to find me. Just slow down, look up from your screens, listen to your breath, notice the kindness of strangers, and above all, ride with someone you love. Because every shared journey, every laughter in the rain, every tear at sunset is a form of prayer. The last whisper that night as they slept, Father and son, two bicycles resting side by side, I stood invisible beside them. Their dreams shimmered with rivers and roads, temples and tunes. And I thought to myself, perhaps this is why I am called Vignahata, the remover of obstacles. Not because I clear the path, but because I give the strength to keep pedaling through it. So I blessed them, not with gold or comfort, but with something rarer, the wisdom to keep moving together. And somewhere, as dawn broke once more over Nashik, a whisper floated softly across the land. Ganpati Bappa Moria, the journey continues within.
You've been listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak Cycling Pilgrimage, presented by Shriram and Sunil KHANDBAHALE. The journey continues. See you on the next ride.